but you said you hate losing. Right? You hate losing. How many of you had straight A's in school? Never had a B. Straight A's. Awesome. So you see where I'm going here? There were some losses, right? There were some people that didn't get straight A's. So that means we have a gap, right? We're here, and some of us want to get here. Would everyone agree? Now, not all of us are going to be straight A students. You have to be the best you. Everyone agree? Now, we're no less of people because we're not Peyton Manning or LeBron James. Just because they're the superstar doesn't mean they're necessarily better. But be the best you. So everyone would agree there's room for improvement, right? Whether it's being a better teammate, improving your own individual athletic skill, becoming a better student, being more respectful towards adults, towards teachers, towards your coach. How coachable would you say you are? Write that down. How coachable are you? A lot of people aren't very coachable. Oh, coach is on my you-know-what. That's not fair. That coach is hard, or that teacher. You know what? When you get a degree in high school or you get a degree in college, it has your name on it. Business gets better when you do. Your performance gets better when you do. So be able to take constructive criticism. But I want us over the next, 20 minutes or so, I want us to chase what I call process excellence. So coaches and teachers, everyone talks about winning, right? But if you chase process excellence, if you chase doing the right thing, if you chase, hey, on this play, we're going to make sure, for instance, in basketball, we're going to force sideline baseline. We're going to do that. We're going to do it right. Chase process excellence in what you do. And winning is the byproduct. So everyone wants to be highly successful and happy, right? That's a goal in life, to be successful and to be happy. And you want to pursue your dreams, right? Who wants to pursue their dreams? Good. Or do you just want to kind of live life and go through the motions and hope that things work out? Let me tell you, hope is not a strategy. Don't hope, no. Don't hope, no. Second question, I asked how coachable are you, and I hope you wrote that down, because I hope at some point you'll go back. Winners will go back and look at their notes, and they'll say, okay, coach said, how coachable am I? Ask yourself, how coachable are you? Do you come off the sidelines? How respectful is that? Or do you hustle off, and the coach comes over and talks to you, and you want to listen, and you want to learn, and you want to try and get better? So how coachable are you? That's a question. Hopefully you wrote down. Second, how competitive are you? Write that down. How competitive are you? How bad do you want it? Our world is becoming extremely competitive in athletics, in business, and we've got to, again, shrink that gap. You might be doing as great as you can do, performing to the absolute maximum of your abilities, and you're here, but I'm telling you, you can be here. You're no less of a person because you're not here, but you got to continue to work at it. So we got to shrink that gap. You got to shrink that gap. So write this down. How focused do you have to be? Number one. How focused do you have to be to shrink that gap? Number two. How prepared do you have to be to shrink that gap? Number three. Your training regimen. What does your training regimen need to be like to shrink that gap? Number four. Your diet, your nutrition. What does that need to look like? What does everyone do on their lunch hour? What do you do? Anyone? Speak up. Eat. What else? Chill. Hang with your friends. Be cool. Be cool? Why not? How long is your lunch hour? 20 minutes. 20 minutes? So relatively short. When I was in high school, we had a 30-minute lunch period, and I'd get up 100 foul shots during lunch. And ironically, I'm not here to tell you I was some superstar, but in the biggest game of my life, in the CIF championship game, I hit 6 straight free throws down the stretch. But here's what I did. In the morning, at 6 in the morning, I was in the gym. I'd work on my game for about an hour and a half before school started. At lunch, we had a half hour. I would bring my lunch. I'd come to the gym. I'd shoot 100 foul shots. You have to do something extra. You don't think your opposition is chilling during lunch or just shows up at 8. I'm not saying you have to be crazy, but if you want to be a big-time winner, you got to do something a little extra. Does that make sense? I mean, think about it. If you shot 100 foul shots every single day, basketball-wise, or football-wise, you guys are in there, hey, coach, can I watch some film? I know it's only 20 minutes, but I like to watch some film on our upcoming opponent. I want to see who I'm going against. I want to see their tendencies. Does this guy go right? Does he go left? What are his or her strengths? And ask your coaches. I'm sure they're willing to help you. But you have to be willing to do the extra stuff. Before school, at lunch, after school. Write this down. Make efficient use of your time. Be an expert in time management. Time is precious, ladies and gentlemen. Be jealous of your time. We only have so much time. Be jealous of your time. So write this down. What differentiates you? What differentiates you? Anyone seen Rocky IV? The movie Rocky IV? Raise your hand if you've seen Rocky IV. What's the name of the Russian fighter in Rocky IV?
Ivan Drago.
Ivan Drago. And who does Ivan Drago beat before he fights Rocky? Apollo Creed. He actually kills him. I mean, this Russian is so big and bad. He kills Apollo Creed, and he looks down at Rocky like Rocky's the next guy that's going to fight him, and he gives him this stare. And if you know the movie, it kind of brings chills to you, and you hear this go over. And so Rocky gets home, and he decides that he's going to fight Ivan Drago, and his wife says, "You can't win!" His wife says that to him, "You can't win." And Rocky says, "Well, you know what? In order for him to beat me, he's got to step in that ring, and he's got to be willing to die himself." And I call that conation. So on ready, I want everyone to say conation. Ready? Conation. Anyone know what conation means? Probably never even heard of it. Conation is to stop me, you're going to have to kill me. Write that down, conation. To stop me, you're going to have to kill me. Conation is the relentless pursuit of excellence. C-O-N-A-T-I-O-N. You might have it on your SAT or ACT test someday. You'll say, yeah, that 30 minutes was worthwhile. Got an extra point. So we talked a little bit earlier about your commitment and your preparedness. Do you have conation? Do you have conation? Do you have that mentality? Do you compete that way? When you step into the classroom, are you trying to do the best that you can to get the best education that you can? But number one, you have to believe. And if you saw that movie, and if you didn't, I recommend you go get it. That would be your homework. I'm going to give you one homework assignment. Actually, I'm going to give you two. But one homework assignment, go watch Rocky IV. And look at his conation. He believed. Write this down. You have to believe. You have to believe that you can win. I'm an Air Force Academy graduate. A couple weeks ago, our football team played Michigan. And people said, you know, Air Force has no business beating Michigan. Well, we had the ball on the 20-yard line with 2 minutes left to go. And I think our guys wanted to win. I really do. We have the best coaches. We've got great student athletes. But I don't know if they had that, hey, we're going to win. We're going to win this thing. I'm yelling from the stands. Let's go. This is our game. You got to believe. Do you have that belief? How do you get that belief? Anyone? How do you get that belief that you know that you can drive 80 yards and score on a team that you have no business beating? Anyone? How do you get that belief?
Prepare.
Preparation. You have confidence in your preparation. You've been in here in the morning, at lunch, in the afternoon, evening, weekends, and you believe in your preparation. So write that down. You have to believe. You have to believe you can be successful. You've got to want to beat the other guy across from you. And that only comes through preparation. Pay attention to your coaches. Write this down. Please your coach. Please your coach. Please your boss. Write those 6 words down. Please your coach. Please your boss. You're always going to have a coach. You're always going to have a boss. You need to do right by them. You need to be loyal. As teammates, make each other what? Together. Make each other what? Better. Now, what good does it do if I'm going against Miles What position do you play? Now, what good does it do if we're in practice and I'm like, hey, coach isn't really going to notice. It's kind of chill. And, I'm not really going to try and beat you. And how about you really not try and beat me? What good does that do? Does no good. To the contrary, what if I'm just killing Miles? I'm killing him every play. What does that do for you? Makes you work harder. Makes you get in a more athletic stance. Make you think, man, this guy's bringing it. I better play full out. So bring it in practice. You may think, oh, I'm going to bring it on Friday nights. You got to bring it every single day in the game of life. Write that down. Bring it every single day in the game of life. Make each other better. Finish this sentence for me. What goes around? Right. What goes around? So great teams are byproducts of great practices. So again, we're all in a team setting here, so I'm tailoring this to our audience, but if you're not practicing great, don't expect to play great. So you've got to focus and bring it every single day.